Hi, I'd like to show you a few useful features that are available in MarkMagic and JMagic. I've got my JMagic Designer tool open here, and at the top right, I'd like to show you that we've got a sequence number on this. This is a check format. When you're printing checks, you want to increment the check number, obviously, and at the top right is a sequence number that will do that for you. MarkMagic and JMagic, we've got the ability to up here at the here's the GUI for it. Work with sequence numbers. You can create your own sequence numbers. They can start at a number. They can increment up any value you want. I've got a 6-position sequence number here. I've got it set to start at 1. It goes up to the maximum of a 6-position number. And anytime this number gets printed in MarkMagic, we will increment it by 1. You can set any kind of increment value that you want, ones, twos, incrementing by going up, going down. So it's a very handy feature, especially on a check document like this, or if you want to print any kind of labels that need a incrementing number that gets saved and gets recalled for later use. But up here at the top right is a text field, and you may be used to adding heading fields on the form, link fields, date and time, stuff like that. But over here's star SEQ. And when you do that, at the very bottom, you'll be able to choose the sequence number that you've defined in MarkMagic. And it's just a simple text field. You set the font, you set the point size, and it's sort of like a set it and forget it thing. When you print, it will increment by 1, or it will increment according to the um, rules that you set on the work with sequence number itself here. So very handy tool. Should help you a lot with printing incrementing numbers. The next feature on this check form, very obvious, sticking out here at the bottom, is this microfont. We support microfont in MarkMagic, JMagic. Font 40 is the default microfont, but there are also 2 others, 300 DPI and 600 DPI, depending on your laser printers. So we support 3 different kinds of micro. And that's, special font at the bottom of every check that you print, and you can see it there. It also supports the special characters that are required by the banks. And that also leads me into another very useful feature in MarkMagic is the ability to create custom fonts. If I just drop a new text field on, I'll put one up here just to show you. If I pull this font menu down, there's this standard font list that you see. It's there's a good amount of fonts, and it should work for any number any number of people. But there are user-defined fonts available. So these would be required to have to upload a font to the printer first. So these fonts would have to be resident on your printer. So you'd upload them to the laser printer, assign them a number, and then in MarkMagic there'd be ways to tell the program, which font to call on the laser printer. So we've got, fonts 90 through 100 here are all reserved for user-defined fonts. And you'd be able to print any other extra weird fonts that you might need on your forms and labels using user-defined fonts. So those are definitely available in MarkMagic and JMagic. And one final thing I want to show you today is the ability to print QR barcodes. This check here has a neat feature where someone can scan this QR barcode and they'll be able to get a picture of their stub online. It actually takes them to a website where they host their check stubs as PDFs. But this is just added as a regular barcode. So up here we got create barcode. They would have clicked and dropped it on. It's just a regular variable field that's pulling data from the spool file, or it's pulling data from the label file at print time. It's a special barcode type, number 71 in MarkMagic QR. You can see all the other different 2-dimensional barcodes that we support. PDF 417, MaxiCode for UPS, all very handy. But number 71 QR, and to be able to create it, you can pass a whole string of data. So this one gets a website address and then some other custom numbers so that it goes to the proper site for that user when they scan it with their phones. So it's a very handy addition to be able to print that QR barcode on your form. So we've got sequence numbers at the micro font, and as well as custom fonts, and then QR barcodes all available to you. Thanks for watching.